Black holes. Am I even smart enough to be talking about them? Yeah. That's called the zero particle. It is called zero point energy. Dark energy. Negative energy. Whatever the fuck it's called. It's called a black hole. However, people want to cherry pick their facts. That is the negative space between two objects. We are all an illusion. I'm not even holding my cell phone right now. However, there is an illusion going on. And the fact is that the atoms that make me up, the molecules, the particles that make me up, are vibrating so fast that gives me a false perception that something real is going on. There's all this negative energy around us. What is negative energy? It's called gravity. People want to make things so fucking complicated. It's gravity. The reason why we don't fly off the earth is because just like a car, when we're going at 60 miles an hour, then all of a sudden we stop and we don't have our seatbelts on, we fly out the window. However, if we have our seatbelts on, we're part of that vehicle and we slow down with the vehicle. Gravity is energy. It's the act of falling. And during the process of reactivity, there is constant decay. Deactivity? Is that a word? I don't know. I try my best at grammar, but I fail. With epic proportions. Negative energy is but an instant. It seriously is but instant. Because a particle falls. When it's not doing this, and it just stops at absolute zero, it falls. Decay. And when that decay happens, it leaves this realm and goes into a different realm. Look at the yin yang sign. Maybe I'm wrong here, but please forgive me, I'm Caucasian, I'm not colonial American. The yin yang sign looks like two whales. A black whale with a white eye and a white whale with a black eye. Is that almost like infinity? When one dies, it creates another. A double torus. Or the Taurus symbol. The infinity symbol. What if there's a world out there and we can't even fathom it because it doesn't make sense to us, in which we start off old and we die young? That's a parallel universe. Things are not that complicated. And when a black hole occurs, it is instantaneous. However, its effects are long lasting. And that is why there's the Hawkins radiation. Because time-space seals up right when a zero particle falls. And typically that happens during a supernova. And from my understanding, nova means new, super new. And when a supernova occurs, it blasts things at such epic proportions that it casts things beyond the event horizon, which is beyond the influence of the event horizon of the black hole. So new matter can be propagated into, or propagated, I don't think that's the right word. So that matter can be propulsioned, bear with me, to other existing universes, universi, to keep this life going as long as possible, because this is a pretty efficient machine. I mean, for every 10,000 million particles, only one decays completely to create a black hole. However, there's black holes happening around us all the time. And that's why we feel the effects of gravity. Because things are decaying all the time. And that's why I should really have a Nobel Peace Prize for actually disclosing not the, Higgs boson particle, the God particle, the Schwarzschild particle, before exposing the zero particle, which should be an element on our chart. But it's not. And this goes back to my theory of everything. Because within a finite space, I can create infinity. -1 plus 1 equals 0. The only thing that well, fuck. I don't even know where I was going with that sentence. -1. Well, you can make infinite decimal places beyond that 1. You can put... A person can put a quadrillion zeros, a point quadrillion zeros, 1. And that's still a number. That's still a division of the whole. And same with +1. However, no one can multiply, divide, subtract, or add 0. People want to talk about 0-point energy. Well, we need to understand 0 and the creation of 0, because that is the final point. And from there, we can make all sorts of equations. This is Einstein's theory that is 1 inch long, and -1 plus 1 equals 0. That's the equation for everything. It doesn't involve x, y, z, mc squared. None of that. Because from